Hey guys, good, the bad, and usual. Just gonna do another quick video. Seen a lot of stuff lately, so I definitely got a few videos I've been meaning to do. Anyway, this first one is good. Blind Buy. The only reason I really picked it up was because it was put out by Anchor Bay. I really love that company. Not so much nowadays. In fact, I hesitate nowadays to buy stuff that they put out. But the cover art sold me on this one. It's called The Dead. And the cover art actually reminds me a lot of The Walking Dead. I don't know if you see there's some zombies and stuff. The back of it looked really awesome too, so I just went ahead and did it. Turns out it was an excellent zombie film, and I hadn't seen a good zombie film in a while. Basically the story's that a plane crashes off the coast of Africa. One person survives the plane crash. He washes ashore, and all of Africa is just kind of like overrun with zombies. It was very cool. And I had the idea, I've thought about this idea many times. In fact, there was a lot of talk when we went to Haiti about what if all these became zombies. Everybody was talking about that and stuff. And voodoo's real popular there too, so it was like almost a possibility, in our minds at least. Anyway, absolutely loved the film. It was made well. It was well shot. Not a whole lot of dialogue, but the guy's by himself. He eventually runs into someone else. But it takes a while, so there's not a whole lot of dialogue in the film, but I highly recommend it. I think if you're a fan of zombie films, it's something kind of fresh in the genre. I think you would like it. Next, my bad, is going to be Alien Trespass. Now, I bought this probably a year or so ago and just never got around to it. I had a feeling it was going to be bad, but I finally confirmed it by watching it. It's called Alien Trespass. Basically, it's supposed to be like a sci-fi film from the 50s, but it was made in like, I don't know, 2005 or something like that. 2009. And it's supposed to be a lost film from like the 50s. At the beginning it has like a fake producer come on, and he's talking about how the film was lost back in the 50s because the director didn't want to release it, but it was his masterpiece and whatnot. It's really bad. It's supposed to be a comedy and a spoof of the 50s sci-fi genre. Yeah, it is, but I didn't particularly care for it, so I'm going to be getting rid of that one. I would never even attempt to watch that again, but if you're into 50s sci-fi spoofs, definitely check it out. If you like 50s sci-fi, maybe it's more for you than anything else. But the aliens in it are in this giant purple costume. I don't know if you can see the pictures. But they're invisible as well. So throughout a lot of the film, they're invisible. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. Okay, lastly, we got My Unusual. Now, I may have shown this before. I don't remember. Possibly on my old channel before this one as well, is when I might have talked about it. But I recently rewatched the film, so I figured, well, hey, I'll talk about it again, even if you guys have already seen me talk about it. Now, this is the hard box put out by X-Rated Cult for Caligula 2. I know the hard boxes, at least here in the States, are pretty expensive and hard to come by. I know in some other countries a lot of guys collect them. It's a 2-disc set. It has just tons of special features, but this is actually the fully uncut version of the film, which I never thought there was a DVD release for Caligula 2 fully uncut. I had bought part 2 before, and it was like an American release for the film, and it was garbage. It was missing like 25 minutes or something. So this is actually the whole uncut film. Again, 2 discs, tons more special features than I ever thought would even exist for the film. And I don't know, these things normally don't have anything cool inside of it. This one, the discs are stacked on top of each other, which is pretty cool. But also, it comes with this book. And the book is actually a comic book for the entire movie. It's done with dialogue and everything. Some of them. Very cool. The movie is not necessarily a sequel, but more of along the same idea as Caligula, the first one. So it's not necessarily a part 2 as in a sequel, but it definitely follows the same guidelines as the first film. This one was directed by Joe D'Amato, not Tinto Brass, who had done the first one. Which, by the way, if anyone's a Tinto Brass fan, let me know what movies that he did are good, because I think Caligula is the only movie I've seen by him, but I hear he's kind of like a cult hit director, and I know very little about the guy. So if there's any other like spectacular ones like I thought Caligula was, but please let me know. But this is a totally different director. It's like the Roman times, a lot of violence, a lot of obscure sexual stuff in it, just like the first one, but not near as high budget of a film as the first one. The first one, you could tell they had spent tons of money on the sets and the props and whatnot. This was done more with just, it looks like it could have been shot at a community college, you know, just with like kind of crappy props and costumes, but still cool film, one of a kind. It has some pretty I don't recommend it to the squeamish, if you know what I'm saying. That's it for me, guys. That's my good, my bad, and my unusual. Again, take it easy, guys. Have a good one.